Okay, so like, okay, let me just clear this up. Do I believe that they sang this song? I'm about to trouble the waters, I know. Do I believe that they sang this song legitimately, or do I believe that it was all I feel like I'm about to I don't mean to ruffle people's feathers or anything, but I'm just trying to give my honest opinion of what I'm hearing. Okay? What I'm seeing on the expressions on their faces is, are they really singing? Or is it, because sometimes the pitch is so perfect. And it's not because, well, SHINee's just this perfect group that can just sing. They can sing any song on live. There's never been a point in time where they've lip synced, and when they do lip sync, they're not good at it, which is true. I agree with that. Actually, I think this is probably a perfect time to bring this up. There's a viewer that I call the encyclopedia on SHINee. It's SHINee Encyclopedia. I love her like paragraphs of stuff, information on SHINee. She does it all the time, and I love it. I didn't read. I tried to read as much of it as I could because she writes a lot. But like some of the points you made were very good. I think some of the points you made were quite spot on. Like, yes, they are known. It is true. They are known for their, vocals, especially in live performances. I believe that. I know that. That's very true, and I agree with that completely. And I'm sure that they have Onu and Jonghyun. I'm sure that they have vocally trained a lot of SM trainees and idols and stuff. I don't doubt that at all. As a professional in this industry, I think it's good that they're passing on their vocal knowledge. And this is just pertaining to being a K-pop idol, not just a singer, but a K-pop idol, singing and dancing. I feel like one of the greatest pieces of advice that they could possibly give is sing the song when it calls for it, but when there's an opportunity for you to not have to sing a song to preserve your voice, especially in a concert, take it. Take the opportunity, because your voice needs to be, vocal rest is important. There's no way you can, sing all of these songs throughout the entire concert. Just go the entire concert without, resting your voice. Because there's something I want to say about this. All right, so okay, so I have here SHINee 4 and SHINee 5, right? On the back, it has the list of all the songs they sang. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably too bright. Let me see. Yeah, you see? Has a list of all of the songs right there. Now, mind you, some of them are opening mints, closing mints, in between mints. So they're not really songs. But they're not really resting their voices at that moment because they're talking. And you could say that like those mini rest periods when the music's playing and they're showing like a cinematic. Oh, it got real dark. There we go. Okay, oof. Brighten up a little bit. A little bit more. I didn't know I was gonna do all that, but okay. But yeah, like this kind of stuff. There's no way, if you look at this list of songs, there's no way on God's green earth that they sang all of this, just like with their voices. This is overkill. Overkill. Now, I don't know if they do like one night of songs and another night of songs. I don't know if they do that. I've never been to a SHINee World concert. I don't really know how those concerts work. Or a K-pop concert in general. I don't know how it works. Is it one night, or do they do it for like, because I've thought that they did like 3 nights and they do all of these songs in like 3 nights, or they do like the whole thing one night, do it again the next night, do it again the next night, something like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but and then especially considering that they go overseas and they sing these songs overseas, like in Japan, like Tokyo Dome, they're doing it there. So it's like around the same time frame, and then they have to prepare for that too, the practices. I just feel like there's no way on God's green earth that they are singing every single song with their voices alone. You can't maintain perfect pitch singing this many songs. There's no way. I can't believe that. No human being can do that unless you're some otherworldly being from another universe. And SHINee's not. They were born and raised on planet Earth, same planet Earth I was born on. So there's no way on Earth that they could do that. No matter how much training they had, no matter how much perfecting of their voices they have, there will always be moments where an idol will have pitch problems, voice might crack, and it's lack of vocal rest. So these songs, some of these songs where they're like, it sounds too perfect. For example, there is, and I'm not going to show, I might show some of it maybe, or maybe not. Just go with me on it. There's like, I saw two, I'm trying to gather my thoughts while I'm saying it. I saw two K-pop music showcases on a K-pop showcase show. I don't know if it was Mnet or Inkigayo or whatever. But there were two versions of it. The one version of it, which was a whole nother setting, I guess, they were singing the song, and I could hear like them singing the song. I could hear them panting, their breathing, I could hear all of it. And I could hear that their pitch wasn't all the way, there. But they were singing it. I could hear their natural voices. I don't know, natural voice has a different texture, a different feel to it than a pre-production vocals. Like, you know what I mean? Pre-recorded vocals and natural voice has two different sounds. Do I believe that people can sing pitch perfect? Yes. But do I believe that they can go pitch perfect singing, I don't know, 20 something to almost 30 songs? No. 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 There's no way. There will always be an error somewhere. But like, I guess my point is that, well, before I get to my point, there were two versions, like I said. One of them they were singing naturally. One of them they were not singing naturally because it sounded otherworldly. It sounded like it was pre-recorded. I watched a recent video where they was doing the Don't Call Me. And it sounded like either one of two things was going on. Either they had a mic that was had like an auto-tune in it, or they pre-recorded the vocals and the vocals had like an auto-tune in it. I think it was the mic. Then I saw the All Day All Night performance that they did on the show, and I could hear them like almost seemingly out of breath doing the choreography and singing the song. There's a certain feel that you get from a performance that is heavily based on choreography, where the vocals are like almost strained because you're doing all these movements and you're doing all this choreography and you're trying to be accurate with the choreography while focusing on your vocals as well, which is very hard to do. Even for a professional group that's been doing this for years, it's very hard. Like, it's very hard. So when duty calls for it, vocal rest. You have 30 songs to sing in this concert, or 20 something songs to sing in this concert. There's going to be certain songs that are heavily performance based that are going to require you to do the dancing part and just to like sing mildly, but the track and the stem vocals or pre-recorded vocals will be overlapping your natural voice. And so that's fine. And like I said, I think that is the most professional way to go. Like, it's better to preserve your voice for like the vocal performances, which is why a lot of the vocal performances in the SHINee World concerts, you can hear truly their natural voice because that's where the vocals are supposed to shine. I think vocals should shine always, but like, there are times when you just need to preserve your voice. And I think that's fine. I think that's totally fine. I know that SHINee is like heavily vocal based group. They're very like, their vocals are like, they are the standard. SHINee is the standard when it comes to choreography, dancing, performance, stage presence, all of that, and vocals. But I also think that there comes a time when you have to not do so much vocal stuff because the choreography is going to be so heavy. You have to dial it back. And SHINee is smart enough to know that you gotta dial it back sometimes. You gotta dial it back. You can't go full throttle the entire way because you're gonna lose your voice. You have 3 nights, like, and if I'm not mistaken, it's 3 nights, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I've never been to a SHINee World concert, don't know. But I feel like they do like, I don't know, how does it work? If you've been to a SHINee World concert and you're in the comment section, please let me know how it works. Do they sing like half of the songs on the list one concert, and then the next night they sing like the other half? And then, you know, is that how it works? Or and they just edit it into one video, into one night? Or do they sing all of these songs in one night and then come back and do it again and then come back and do it again? Yeah, let me know how that works, because I don't know. I'm very curious. But either way, regardless if they're singing, you know, 10 songs or 11 songs one night and then 10 to 12 songs the next night, and then the third night they sing the last, you know, 12 songs. That's still a lot. You're gonna have to vocally rest your voice like nobody's business. There's gonna be cracks and mess ups, like, believe it. That's why there's some parts where Jonghyun, especially SHINee World 5, where Jonghyun, where he usually does the high note, he does the high note in falsetto because he doesn't want to strain his voice. It's a smart move. Sometimes you gotta take those vocal cues when you know that your voice is gonna be strained. You just gotta do it sometimes. So yeah, that's my take on it. Again, SHINee is the masters of their craft, and they've been doing this for so long. So it's like, to say that they are perfect with vocals, I'm not too quick to say that. I don't think there's any such thing as a perfect group. Personally, I don't think there's any such thing as a perfect group. But they do make performing look easy and singing look easy. But is it easy? No. They'll probably tell you themselves it's not easy. So that's all I gotta say about that. Sorry, this wasn't really much of a rant about the music video as much as I was trying to make it. Okay, so I want to say something really quick, just to add on to what I'm saying in this previous video. This is Avery from the future. I understand that a lot of people feel like, SHINee is this perfect, like, top tier group, and I believe they are top tier. I'm not going to say that they're perfect, but they are top tier. In my opinion, there's no such thing as a perfect K-pop group. No group is perfect. Every group has its flaws, its shortcomings, its hindrances. I don't want to place any group on a pedestal mentally in my mind, because I create this delusion in my mind where they are not allowed to fail, or there is no such thing as not being pitch perfect, or there's no such thing as them messing up on choreography or anything like that. I think SHINee's excellent performers. I think they're excellent dancers. I think they're excellent singers. Do I think that they're perfect? No, I do not. So I'm making that stance very clear. I'm a shallow like everybody else, like all of y'all, but there's no way on earth that I'm going to sit here and tell you that I believe that they're perfect, because then I'd be lying to myself. It's a delusional thing. I can't sit here and tell you that they're just perfect. They're so perfect. And, it would take a lot of convincing to me to tell me that, oh no, that's just how good SHINee is at singing. When I hear a live performance or see a live performance and I hear them singing and the pitch is so freaking perfect that it's like, there was just no way. Like, you're gonna tell me after that, well, no, that's just how good they are. I have to disagree. I'm sorry, but I've heard okay, y'all know the SHINee boys in the house. SHINee boys in the house. That thing. Jonghyun's little yeah. When he does that, he did it in 2 occasions. They did that SHINee boys in the house song on 2 occasions that I can recall. SHINee World 4, or at the very beginning, and I think they did it at an award show or something. And I'm sorry, but both times it sounded exactly the same, as if it's all a big recording. Now, mind you, I don't know if they sang for real after they did that one little thing, because it's like a little intro before SHINee does their thing. So I don't believe that they actually sang that part. Now, yes, they did sing it at some point, otherwise, but it was probably studio. I'm not denying that they can't sing, y'all. I'm not even denying that they can sing live. I'm not denying that. They are excellent singers. But are they pitch perfect in every single performance? In every single... you got to think about that now. While I'm on this trail of thought, go with me on another one, because I've heard people say, well, they jogged while singing to practice their vocals. But in my opinion, jogging while singing is not really for vocal performance. Like, it is, but it's mainly for performance overall. It's mainly to just practice the performance, because there's a lot that goes into that. It's not just I'm jogging and singing so that I can perfect my singing. It's for performance as well. It's for endurance. It's for stamina, to maintain stamina. It's for all of that. It's not just for perfecting singing. But something, no matter if you're practicing jogging while singing, something's going to have to overcompensate. You can't just be like perfect at singing and performing at the same time. Like, one of those things is going to weigh in the balance. And if to say that they have perfect balance of the two is a bit of an overstatement, in my opinion. I like I said, I don't think any group is perfect or exempt from mistakes, right? So my thing is, you say they jog while singing and therefore that's why they're so good at singing live. I don't disagree with you, but if you're saying it from the standpoint of that's why they sound perfect when they sing, I have to disagree. Because jogging while singing and perfect pitch and perfect tone and just singing perfectly in general as a result of jogging while singing, they don't correlate with me. Those two don't correlate. And I'm saying this respectfully, I just personally don't believe that any group, I don't care how long you've sang, I don't care how much you have under your belt, and how many awards you have, how many achievements, accolades, I don't care how long you've been in the industry, I don't care if you are one of the main vocalists of the group, it doesn't really matter. Everyone has flaws. Everyone makes vocal mistakes in live performances. And again, not to beat a dead horse, but if you're doing a live concert and you're singing like 5 songs, the first 5 songs, and you're dancing while, singing, that takes a lot. Sometimes people make these kinds of arguments, but not really thinking about how much it takes to actually dance and sing at the same time. You look at the idols, and you look at after maybe the second performance, and they're like sweat pouring down. Something's going on. Like, something's happening, y'all. It's not simply, they dance and sing and they're perfect and they sound perfect or whatever. No. I mean, you will run out of energy at some point, and you'll have to recharge. And unfortunately for groups like SHINee, who are in that industry, and you're doing a live concert with 20-something songs in it, your window of recharge time is this small. Because what happens after the cinematic ends and the dramatic music comes to a close, you're out there on that stage again, and you have to do 5 more or 6 more songs again. And then sometimes you'll have to do like a mint after singing and performing all those songs, which is still not really resting your voice. Then you go from that to one of the members leaving to go change their clothes, and then the other one, and then the other one, and the other one. And then that's like their window of not speaking, which is, again, small. Then they come back out only to do more songs. Now, I believe that they would preserve their voices just a little bit for the vocal performances, because I've heard people sing pitch perfect before. I've heard it, okay? Dimash sings pitch perfect. Oriel, if you ever heard of Oriel, she sings so well. She sings so well that it's unbelievable. There's other ones, but I'm bringing them up for the point. This is my point. All of those singers are not dancing around. They're not doing performance-based songs. They're doing vocal-based songs. Dimash, Oriel, that's why they sound so good. In my opinion, it's impossible to do all of this stuff and you're gasping for air, and even if you practice jogging and singing constantly, even when you're jogging and singing, you're and there's not going to be perfect pitch while you're jogging and singing. Same thing with performance. There's not going to be perfect pitch. There's not going to be excellent vocals, outstanding, perfect. That's just how good SHINee is. Yes, I agree. They are so good that they can do performance and singing at the same time. That I will agree with. But if you're trying to say that they are perfect at it, that every time they just they're perfect, pitch perfect, I have to disagree. I have to, because my humanity kicks in, and I'm thinking that's outside of the realm of human possibility. We can't do that. No one can do that. You can't do that. They can't do that. I can't do that. No one can do that. You have to be otherworldly to do that. And so, yeah, I just wanted to add that little tidbit in there, because again, there are a lot of people that think that these groups, no matter if it's SHINee or NCT or Super Junior or ITZY or Twice, LE SSERAFIM, all these Blackpink, all of these different groups, TXT, BT, even BTS. Yes, I mean, I'm gonna even go there. Even BTS, even Big Bang. They're not perfect. There are times when there are going to be pitch errors, vocal errors. Well, and you know, I've heard people say, well, SHINee is the standard. Yes, I believe that. SHINee is the standard, but SHINee is not above lip syncing. Other K-pop groups lip sync. Other K-pop groups sometimes sing with the background vocals, which is kind of sort of a form of lip syncing, depending on if the background vocals overpower your vocals. But if they're not overpowering your vocals and they're kind of like alongside your vocals, it's not really lip sync, because I can still hear your voice. But it's like, in case that high note comes and it almost stumps you, you're gonna need that background vocal to like steer you in the right direction so that you don't like spiral vocally. So I think that it's fine to use these kinds of things. If you need to use the stem vocals for, you know, to help you while singing, that's fine. Again, everyone says SHINee's the standard. Yes, but I've heard that a lot of K-pop groups use SHINee as the standard, and I agree with that. But you see what the other K-pop groups do. Are you saying that SHINee is just so good that they don't do that? Because again, it's been said that those groups refer to SHINee as the standard for K-pop groups as far as live performances go. So if those groups are doing background vocals or lip syncing sometimes, wouldn't it be safe to say SHINee does it too? Even if you bring up the argument that SHINee's not good at lip syncing because they said so, does that mean that they don't lip sync anymore? And my thing is, if you can tell me that you're not good at lip syncing, that means you tried it a few times. You have to have tried it. But does that mean that they just stopped? Just because they're not good at it? Because like, if SHINee's so perfect, then they would be perfect even in lip syncing, right? So I just kind of feel like, I don't know, even if they're not good at lip syncing even still, I think they're probably better at lip syncing now than they were years ago. I'm just saying, some of those performances sound too perfect. If you want to say I'm wrong, that's fine. That is your opinion, and you're entitled to that. I'm not trying to like, you know, I'm just saying, as far as I'm concerned, I don't feel like any K-pop group is exempt from singing a note that's a bridge too sharp or a bridge too flat in a live performance. And if you're going to tell me that, oh, that pitch problem, no, that's actually in the actual studio version. Like, it sounds almost so as good as it. And I'm just like, no, it doesn't. Oh, by the way, breathing, yes, breathing doesn't, like, there's a difference between breathing live and breathing, like, studio breathing, because I've heard studio breathing too. Yes, they do edit studio breathing to a point where it's not really noticeable for like fast-paced songs. But like slow ballads and stuff, there's you can hear the breathing and stuff. It kind of adds, you know, it kind of adds a dramatic element to the song. But like, yeah, performance-based, you don't really hear a lot of breathing vocally, but there is some breathing there. That's not to say that you can't hear the actual breathing from the idols on stage when they're singing, because like I said, a lot of times they're lip syncing, a lot of times they're singing with the background vocals, and singing even with the background vocals overpowering their vocals. That's really it's technically lip syncing, but technically not, because You're still the background vocals are still overpowering your natural vocals, but at the same time, you're still singing with your voice. So I still hear your breathing while you're performing, but it doesn't have any effect on the performance because the vocals are still overpowering your natural vocals to the point where you can barely hear the errors, the vocal errors, because that's how some performances go. I'm not going to, belabor the point any further than that. I just thought I would make that point to you guys that if anything, you would really have to convince me, really convince me. And I'm not talking about sending me links to songs that I'm already am convinced that it's studio vocals. Because I'm sorry, I can listen to the actual studio vocals on the album and then listen to the live performance and hear the same studio vocals and determine that it's still studio vocals because it sounds too alike. Like, there's no error at all. There's no pitch deviation at all. And when you're singing live, a lot of times, performance-wise, not ballad-wise or vocal-wise, but performance-wise, there's going to be problems. There's not going to be pitch perfection all the time. It's not. So yeah, I think it's not a very good thing to hold groups to such a high pedestal just because they're legends in the industry. I don't think we should hold them to such high pedestals that we just mentally exempt them from flaws and shortcomings. All groups have them. I think if anything, it humanizes the group instead of deifying them so much to the point where they're just godly beings that just have unparalleled vocals and stamina that no matter how many times they dance like crazy people, their vocals will always be on point. And I'm just not sold on that. So yeah, that's all I want to say about that. I'm gonna move past this topic. I think I've said enough. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with me, and that's fine. Opinions, as I say, are welcome. I just wanted to voice my opinion fully on this topic so that there won't be any misunderstandings as to what I mean by, certain things. But yeah, like I said, to clarify for the last time, I am not saying that they can't sing live. I believe they sing live quite a bit. Possibly more. They probably sing more live with their live vocals than they do with lip syncing or studio. But I also believe that they do sometimes lip sync. Even if they're not good at it, they still do it. And I also believe that they do sing with the vocals on the track. I do, because I've heard it. I've heard two voices before. But that's all I gotta say. Because the video's going too long. I didn't mean for it to go this long. I have a lot of editing now. God. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.